my boyfriend told me I need to prove to him that I am wife material before he proposes to me. We're going viral today. We are going viral this week.
No, we're not trying to go viral. I'm not trying to go viral. Sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to go viral. Sorry. Hey. Well, go ahead.
Okay. Me, a 25-year-old female with a boyfriend who's 28, nearly 2 years. He's a person with very high standards for himself and other people. When we first started dating, he thought that I wasn't disciplined enough and slowly encouraged me to be more self-regulated. E.g., he encouraged me to learn how to cook, how to be more organized, and how to work out, etc. He said, it's not your fault you were coddled by your parents.
This reminds me of that guy in Love is Blind.
Which guy?
The Sheikh guy. The
Sheikh? The Indian guy?
The Indian guy.
Oh.
That reminds me of him. But go ahead.
We need to touch on that also. But oh, that guy's a problem. We moved in together last year. He's a neat freak and gets mad if I don't keep up with everything perfectly tidy all the time. I didn't consider myself a messy person, but I also don't think it's the end of the world if I leave a dish in the sink for a day or if I leave a towel on the bathroom floor. I do my share of chores and I do my share of the cooking. It's not like I'm completely lazy. We've been talking about marriage and the future. He says he loves me. He says he wants to be with me, but he told me yesterday that he would only consider proposing if I can prove to him by the end of the year that I can be wifey material. I asked him what he meant by that, and he said while I was definitely improving, I still have a bit to go before he would consider marrying me. He means I still need to improve my tidiness, organization, self-discipline, etc. He has admitted in the past that he was initially only attracted to me for my appearance. He said I was the prettiest girl he's ever dated and that he overlooked a lot of my flaws because of it. He said my personality and my general work ethic turned him off. But he said he set out to make me more well-rounded. Another thing he said yesterday was that he feels like I'm not striving enough at work. He wants me to apply myself more in leadership and managerial positions. Although I explained to him I'm uncomfortable in leadership positions. He says if I don't set myself goals, I'll remain stagnant. Which is funny because I actually earn more than him. I have a master's degree.
Whoa.
And while he only has an undergrad degree.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting. He really wanted to get married. I really want to get married to him, but I'm frustrated that by his impossible standards. He's trying so hard to make me into this perfect girlfriend/partner, and it's exhausting. I feel insulted and belittled by him, and constantly feel like I'm not good enough. Our talk yesterday upset me even more. I feel like I'm his employee, and I have to prove my worth for a promotion. I used to date someone who was completely the opposite of me, disorganized, a little bit lazy, but I felt comfortable and I was happy in that relationship because he made me feel special and loved. I just feel like I'm a project for my current boyfriend, or I feel like a misbehaving pet that he tries to show. I don't know.
The choice of words, my goodness.
I don't know if anyone has advice for me. I really want to marry him, but I don't know if I'll ever measure up to his standards. I don't know if it's even worth staying with him. I told him how he makes me feel. He apologized, but he still doesn't change his approach to our relationship, and he still tries to reform me. Boyfriend doesn't think I'm marriage material yet and wants me to improve so that I'm worthy.
I'm gonna have a weird. This is not my typical response to this, but basically with the information we've gotten so far, my response has definitely changed. The guy's rubbish.
The guy's rubbish?
The guy's rubbish. That's what I would say.
Okay.
The guy's rubbish. Here's my point as to why I think.
Halfway through, I felt it go.
Yeah, because I was with him at the beginning, but as time went on, I kind of changed it. Because here's my point of view. If you're picking a woman, right, and you're trying to be serious about marriage, there's certain things that should be non-negotiable for you, and you're not trying to change a person. You go in there and find the person who fits what you're looking for. Don't take somebody and then all of a sudden you knew what they were before you met them. This person was lazy, was not serious. In the first 2 months, you should have figured it out. Or maybe however long it took. Once you figure it out, if that's a problem for you, you leave that person. There's certain things you shouldn't be trying to force a person to change character-wise. If the person in your eyes is not wife material, why are you trying to force them to become wife material? They're just not. Go look for a wife in your eyes that is that meets your standards, and then marry that person. Why are you putting unnecessary pressure on somebody who necessarily doesn't want to be the way you want her to be?
You want a bad bitch.
Hey, listen, if you want a bad bitch, it could come to certain, certain things you're gonna have to sacrifice. And if that's what you want, be willing to sacrifice that. So don't come out here trying to change and force somebody to be on some unrealistic standards that you have set for the person when you knew who the person was at the beginning. True. There's some girls I will never talk to because of
you know how they are.
I know how they are.
Yeah.
I have certain standards.
Or dishwasher. Yo, nah.
Yo.
Nah. I knew what you were gonna say. Nah. I knew what you were gonna say.
But Mo, you had a different opinion? Go ahead. We had to shoot.
No.
We had to shoot Mubarak for saying rubbish. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, Mo. What's your?
But yeah, I do agree. The guy's approach is it's a little harsh, but I kind of understand where he's coming from because he's technically trying to make that person better.
Yeah.
Making her see that she is worth more than she thinks. She's valuable, but she doesn't see that in herself. Maybe him pushing her a little bit, giving her the tough love treatment would get her to a level that he sees for maybe she has that person have a lot of potential. Maybe just need that little push.
Yeah.
Like all of us.
Because there's people
it's just
like
human
that,
nature.
There's people
like all of us. Sometimes we have a lot of potential in us. Sometimes we just need that little push. Someone to give us that kick in the back, tough love for us to get to the next level.
Yeah.
That guy sees that out of love. And maybe at the end of the day also that's his character. Maybe he's just someone that is just have high standards for people and especially people that he loves, he's gonna put that extra pressure.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't think what he's doing, his approach is bad, but intentional, even if it's not love, I think that's how he is.
Makes sense.
He could be to his friends and families or
makes
things
sense.
like that. You could see even the way she was explaining.
I get it.
Yeah.
I think it's a thing of it's a 50-50 thing, right? Because I can definitely get where you're coming from. Because sometimes you see it in people and you want them to do better. They just don't see it in themselves. Like you can already tell that she is hardworking. She has a master's, right?
Yeah.
But then, okay, now let's use the master's. Let's get better. Let's not just be okay with because I know you definitely feel some type of way. If let's say you let your woman work, and she had a master's and everything, and now the guy who she's taking orders from, she's more qualified than that person. You wouldn't want that. You'd want the fact that no, she needs to use that full potential, because then all that potential that she's been using, all that time that she's actually spent, it needs to amount to something at the end of the day. She needs to be in a position where, this shows that you're hardworking. Don't just get the qualifications just to get the qualifications, right?
Yeah.
Get the position, be in that role where
you envision
you envision the person to be.
Okay. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So in terms of solution, I'll give my solution in terms of approach. I'll be obviously, like I said, might not be. This is just my view. In terms of solution, I would say you have to understand so if you communicate to a person, you have to be able to understand how they want to be communicated to. True. That's also important. So part of communication is okay, all right, I need to communicate in your language that you would be able to understand. Yeah. So now if you're a leader, if you're choosing to take the role as a leader, there's certain ways you should communicate to people who you're leading. Yeah. And one way is sometimes you can lead by example. You doing things to improve. For example, if you're in a relationship with somebody and if you are constantly working out, like we discussed polarity, like at some point, the person who's beside you would start thinking, maybe I should start. Like, you know what I mean? If you're taking your life seriously, the person beside you would take their life seriously. If it's as simple as drinking water. If I'm in a house with somebody and you'll see me always drinking water and see the importance of which I take care of myself, at some point you would follow and start doing it. But if I'm not doing it, I can't telling you what you should do. True. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and it's also the thing is like if the person you communicate and tells us I feel like you're talking down to me, like, you know, it's condescending. Whereas then your approach and what you're trying to do is basically it's not going to be effective. True. You're working against yourself. But rather you're trying to uplift somebody. It's about support. If they just move this to here, cheer them on. You're doing amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Some people just don't work off with like, hey, just because for me, I work with like harsh feedback. Hey, listen, man, you're fucking up here. You need to do this. This is why I love Mukai, because like Mukai is like, he'll come and tell you, yo, bro, you guys suck at this. Improve at this. You shouldn't do that. Do that. For me, I work that way, but that doesn't mean that maybe your partner works that same way. You need to understand how the partner wants to be communicated too. True. So you being negative, like just so bashful, like, oh, you need to do this, 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 or you have to suck at this, you suck at this. May
it
not
also
be the
gets
best.
sticky to a point if it's like, if let's say you do see the potential in someone and they're doing all these things, but then they don't want to act on it. Then at that point you just need to be able to
leave them alone. Like right? it's not your, you know, it's not your, they're not your child.
Because I get where you're coming. Like the person has to want to change for themselves.
Yeah.
First of all, because you have to see it in the person that they do want to change. Then once you can see that okay, they do want to better their life. Then that's when you can give an extra push, depending on how they want to do it.
And it comes down to same thing. It's the same thing. People go into a relationship and like because sometimes you ask either a lady or a guy, okay, what do you looking for in a guy? Like what do you want in a guy? And you say some facetious shit. You don't realize this is also the extra things that you need to think about. Like, you know what I mean? So what I said is that if you know exactly the kind of woman you want or the kind of man you want, it helps you filter out certain people out of the equation from the beginning. If you are, okay, this is my standards, this is my rules, I'm looking for a wife material, whatever it is, and you know exactly to the detail what exactly it is, it makes your search easier. It makes you dealing with people easier. Listen, dealing with a woman who has the same wavelength that you're looking for.
It's amazing.
It's amazing feeling. Like dealing with a woman who you don't have to actually start prepping up, you know, teach or like change this. No.
It's so much easier.
It's so much. Life is so much easier. As a woman too as well, dealing with a guy who's on board, who like you don't have to go in and build a nigga, is beautiful feeling if you don't have to do that.
True.
Yeah.
But you always gotta build people though.
No, it's not your job. No, it's not your job.
No, it's not your job. But once
it's not your job.
I think I've started going in that direction.
It's not my job to build it.
I'm not saying it's something that you have to do, but it's something that always happens though. It doesn't matter what stage you are. Once you come together with someone, eventually you're both gonna start influencing each other. You're both gonna start having certain standards. Even if your goals are aligning, you have everything, you've accomplished everything, you're still gonna set standards together. Whether it's like how you want to be loved, how you want to be talked to, how you want to take care of your homes, there's always going to be standards and there's always going to be something you can learn from each other. That's what makes like relationship fun sometimes. Yeah. Because you come from a different level, now you're just going to uplift each other.
So for example, like, I completely agree with what you're saying. So which is why I'm talking, for example, like if the house clean, keeping the house clean. I'm a clean person. I like my house being clean all the time. I'm going to clean the house and I'll tell you, okay, all right, this is how I live. This is my standard for living. That's good. Yes. But what I'm talking to, for example, is a situation like, for example, health. Health is important to me. If it's not important to the woman I'm with, why did I pick that woman in the first place? You know what I'm trying to say? Trying to build somebody up to care about their health is like, I shouldn't have to do that. And it shouldn't be a conversation. That's not my job to do. If you don't care about it, that's fine. That's for you. But for me, if I'm choosing somebody to be in my life, you have to care about that. And that should be your standard. Not trying to... Do you know how difficult it is to try to make somebody care about their health?
Brother.
That's an uncomfortable conversation to have. And I'm not willing to have the conversation at all.
Nah,
absolutely not. But if you want to build a nigga or build a chick, That's all you. Go ahead.
I think that's
But I'm
the
not
issue.
building nobody
That's
up.
the issue right
I'm
now.
absolutely not building
But
nobody
it's
up.
not always about building people.
I'm not. No, I don't do that.
Everyone have.
Women, a lot of women out here tell you that I don't like to build a nigga. I don't like to build. They don't like
it's
that.
true.
I don't think you should build a chick
even
too.
that, you can
Nope.
find your perfect person and specs and everything. You're still gonna have to build them.
No, it's not. Then the term is not building. It's just. Then that's
Then
not building.
it's-
It's
it's
not
just-
building. Like telling you how to build our relationship is different from telling you how to be a better human being. That's
yeah,
different.
even a
Or the
better
human
No,
being I want.
This-
I can build our relationship, but I'm not building you as a human being. It's not my job and it's not my responsibility. It's not it.
It's not. But it's something that eventually you're gonna have to do subconsciously.
I will support you in whatever decision you make. I'm a support system. Yes. If you want to start a business, I'm going to support you. If you want to do this with your life, I'm going to support you. I'm definitely not going to ever hinder you. But what I'm doing is I'm not going to start putting some unrealistic expectations to you as to how to make this perfect human. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
fair enough. That's
If you're not
what I'm
already
saying.
that of what I'm looking for, then I'm not even talking to you. But go ahead. Yeah.
100%.
No,
like
no. No, I 100% agree. That's not what I'm saying. though.
you already know what's
I
happening.
100% agree.
What's happened in the background? Brother. All that build. I ain't about to build it, bro. Like,
But Bill is
not about to build
that's
it, bro.
that's what I'm saying. Bill is just the wrong word.
Because
No,
because the thing is,
building is
it's the
insecure. Building, if you watch Insecure. Did you watch Insecure? Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Lawrence and Issa Rae, the first relationship. Now, if she was trying to push him to be her trying to build that guy. He was a guy who was sleeping on the couch, wasn't doing anything with his life. She was trying to build him. No, she wasn't trying to. But if she
wanted him to do it organically. for himself
organically,
without him
and that's what
pushing.
it's supposed to be. You should want to do better with your own life. I shouldn't be coming in and tell you, okay, go apply for this job, go do this, go become ambitious. If a woman is telling you that, like, what's wrong with you? You are the problem. We shouldn't wait for a woman to tell you
Your days are
to
numbered.
go look for a job.
Your days are numbered.
Like, bro, come on.
Your
It's not
days
her
are
job to
numbered.
do that. No, you should already do it, and it's not fair for her to want to do that. So what I say is, listen, you leave him where he is and go find somebody who already has that. But if it comes to certain things about building a relationship, like for example, how do we make this relationship better? Like learning our love language. That's learning each other how to build a relationship, not how to build the individual themselves. Is
But
what
that
I'm
comes
disagreeing.
with the
But I don't want to argue too much though, so that it's not.
No,
it's not too
I'm
but
not. Yeah, I'm not arguing, but that comes with the individual.
fair
Like,
enough.
Just it's just when people use the word build, they make it sound so negative.
No. When we say build, there's there's particular thing that's referred to as building a person.
Yeah, like what I'm about to say, it kind of derails people from really like getting to know someone properly, like having that patience.
Yeah.
Because now, if you have the notion, if you have the thought at the back of your head, like, I'm not gonna build someone, I'm not gonna waste my time. Well, like it could be this individual just need a little bit of time, just a little bit of understanding for you to see the full potential, for them to give you the 100% love, right? You know how some people are, once they get comfortable with you, you see the way they start acting. That's how it is. Now, if you're with the notion that I'm not going to build anyone, I'm not going to give any extra effort, just build that person or make that person realize certain things about themselves that they haven't discovered yet, you're probably gonna lose a lot of good relationship in life.
Yeah.
Because this guy is he's treading on the thin weave. Because this babes, once she meets a dirty Mac nigga, a nigga who tell you, no, you need to do better, and the guy, because she already has it in her mind that I have a master's here as an undergrad. It's already in her head. Now, if that gets pumped up and then she realizes, oh, wait, I'm actually pulling my weight in life the same way you're saying. So if I'm a sergeant, why is a constable telling me what to do? If I'm making more money, if I'm doing this, who are you to come tell me what to do? And it's
fair.
reasonable.
It's reasonable. Yeah.
It's reasonable.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's human nature. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, once she finds somebody who makes her happy, and she doesn't have, and then she can pull her weight naturally the way she wants to, he's finished.
Yeah, because if you're with the right person, normally, if you're with the right person, sometimes they would make you want to do better.
Yeah.
Now, if you're with me and I'm doing better in my life, if that doesn't make you want to do better, I don't think maybe that's the right person.
Nah,
And the thing is though, like Mo said you're gonna lose a lot of people. The thing is though, I'm fine
okay.
with that outcome. I'm absolutely
I'll seek my
fine
happiness.
losing people, but I'm not doing that. But that's just my point. But I think that's where, and I completely understand where Mo's coming from. I think that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. But yeah,
But it
I
all
agree.
depends. It all depends.
it all depends. It all depends on the situation. But in this situation, I just think the guys